Hello, and welcome back to the Entrepreneur's Anchor, and welcome to the first episode of 2026. I'm your host, Naveen Kumar Selvaraj. Last week, we held a masterclass on finding our inner CEO, which is the witness consciousness. Today, we are going to put that inner CEO to work. Yep, we are going to give it its first and perhaps most important job, which is finding closure. As entrepreneurs, our journey is always littered with ghosts. The ghost of the product that could have changed the industry, the ghost of the co founder relationship that should have worked, the ghost of the major client who left. And we keep thinking, if only they had stayed. We are haunted by that what if. And today, we are going to learn how to let them go. I recently came across a very profound insight, which is closure happens right after you accept that letting go and moving on is more important than projecting a fantasy of how the relationship could have been. You may want to go back 15 seconds to hear that again. Closure isn't an event, it's not something another person gives you. It's not a final dramatic meeting. It's a private internal decision, right? It's something that you give yourself, not that someone else gives you. It is the decision to stop feeding a fantasy. We as entrepreneurs are masters of the fantasy projection. It's our gift, right? Yeah. We see a future that doesn't exist and we build it. But this gift has a dark side. We apply that same logic to all our failures. We get stuck in a loop, replaying a past that is no longer available. We burn 80% of your precious mental and emotional energy on a sunk cost. We are trying to win a game that is already over. Why? Because we are projecting a fantasy of how it could have been. We are in love with a ghost, if I may put it that way. And that's the hard truth. That fantasy you're projecting, it's a lie. You're remembering the 10% that was good and forgetting the 90% that was a nightmare. You're projecting a fantasy of a perfect outcome that was never going to happen because if it could have, it would have happened. Now, friends, letting go is not surrender. It's how do I put this? It's a strategic liberation of your most valuable assets, which are your time, your energy, and most importantly, your focus. It's the moment you decide to stop funding a failed project and reinvest that capital into a new one that actually has a future. I often mention this whenever people talk about tough clients or what we call as toxic clients. I always say toxic clients are what we create, not who are already there and who are working with us. Let that sink in, right? This is now where our practice from last week becomes critical. When you feel that old familiar ache, that what if about that partner or that client or that particular failure, your inner CEO must step in. Your inner CEO is the one who can see the thought. Remember, witnessing it. It can see you projecting that fantasy and it can name it. Ah, there it is, the fantasy projection, the ghost. Let that TV just slide through on the conveyor belt. Yes, instead of getting entangled in that fantasy, your inner CEO can treat it just like that TV screen on the conveyor belt. You observe it, you acknowledge it. I see you, I see that fantasy, and then you let it float on by. Bye bye. Don't argue with it, don't feed it, don't engage with it. Just simply notice it and return your focus to the present, to what is and not what if. Every time you do this, you're taking one small piece of your energy back. You're starving that ghost. And one day you will find that the ghost just doesn't show up anymore. Yes, that is true closure. Now you notice it's not a single event, it's a practice, it's a habit, it's a practice of repeatedly, consciously, and patiently choosing the present over the past every single time. Yes? So let's see this. your practical challenge for this week. I want you to take a piece of paper or open a new document. I want you to identify one ghost that is still haunting you, one what if that you're still projecting a fantasy onto. Write it at the top of the page. It may begin as the fantasy of dash, 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 whatever you want to fill it in with. Now, I want you to draw a line down the middle. On the left side, write what it could have been. Write about the fantasy. On the right side, write what is, which is the reality. And please be brutally honest. This is just to yourself. You're not going to show this to anyone. So, no shame, no fear, no excuses. Be brutally honest when you write it down. On the left, write down the fantasy. We would have been billionaires had this happened, that event happened, etc. It would have been perfect. Then on the right, write the reality. The partnership was toxic. The product had no market. I was miserable. That client didn't respect me. This vendor didn't cooperate, etc. Whatever it is. And then I want you to take a good look at that list. I want you to make a conscious decision. You're going to choose to invest in the what is. Forget the left side. The right side is what you need to focus on. This is your act of closure. This is you taking your power back. Yes, you cannot build a new future when you're still living in a fantasy of the past. Let the ghosts go. They have no place in your life right now. You are right now building a future full of possibilities and doing that in a grounded manner. And the first step is actually you listening to me right now. Yes, if this message related with you, you please do us a huge favor and hit that follow or subscribe button. And more importantly, do share it with someone who you think can benefit from it. It's the best way you can support the show. Next week, we are going to further build on this. Now that we have learned to find our inner CEO and let go of the past, we are now ready to learn how to become the unshakable leader and take a powerful lesson from the ancient epic, the Ramayana. Until then, as always, stay grounded and choose reality every single time. See you next time.